Yeah. I mean, it's just
here's the thing. Shawls are only gendered in like the US, really.
Right.
People in other places, all genders wear shawls because they're comfortable.
I mean, it's a poncho.
Just the US, but
it's a poncho with a fringe, right? Like it's not like call it a poncho and suddenly it's totally cool. Suddenly the man with no man, suddenly Clint Eastwood wears it, right? Like
with a fringe.
Is that the differentiating?
That I wear, bundle in,
right? Not any different.
I mean, I could go into like differences of shawls because there's like a variety. Like,
yeah.
Sure.
Is there like a pattern, like a?
There are multiple. Like there's triangular. Like I tend to do triangular ones just because you can start in the middle and just keep going to your second crocheting.
Right. Right.
There's like asymmetrical ones. There's rectangles. There's squares. You can shape them more. You can shape them less. You know, you can sew them. You can weave them. You can.
Can they have pockets?
Yes.
Okay.
You can indeed make a shawl with pockets.
Wow.
Nice.
I know I'm gonna go look at. I'm gonna put in shawls, and I'm gonna end up. The algorithm is gonna feed me like some really shitty gendered man shawl. I'm gonna end up with like I'm gonna end up on some fucking like it's gonna be like the Spec Ops shawl. Like it's totally like somebody made that just to make really delicate men feel okay wearing it.
Now I have to look.
The tactical shawl.
It's gonna have it'll have like
shawl.
webbing on it.
They
so
actually have something called tactical. Like if you search for tactical,
I'm positive.
Oh dear God!
I'm positive.
The tactical shawl.
The tactical shawl.
It seems to just basically be a Arab shema with blacks and grays, and they're calling it a tactical shawl.
Of course,
that's amazing.
Of course they are. Oh boy, you can't make shit up. The internet's already given there.
Why?
God bless the algorithm. And my algorithm gets mixed up because sometimes I'll accidentally do a search for someone at the library on my Chrome browser, and so suddenly it's just like suddenly my browser is just like, so you're pregnant? Like you were looking up stuff like someone's pregnant. Like I don't understand. You were looking for books on prenatal stuff. This doesn't make any sense. I'm confused. I'm like, yeah, dude, I should have used DuckDuckGo. This was a mistake.
I do occasionally okay, my kid will say, hey, what is this thing? And I won't know what it is. And so I'm like, okay, this is a job for incognito mode.
Yes.
I don't need this in my search history later.
Nice.
Yes.
I got prank called the other day at work where the person claimed to be from a radio show. And I was like, come on, you're not from a radio show. It's all right. Like, just come clean and we'll end it. And like, they just kept pushing it. And like, they were so dedicated to the bit. For a second, I was like, are they from a radio show? Like, did we win something? And then at the very end, they were just like, and you can, do something to my something. And I was like they just a delicate part of their body that God bless them. And so they let me know that I could do that. Like, oh, good for you.
Good for you.
And they were like, really? And I'm like, yep, yeah, you got me. All right, fair enough. Have a good day. And I hung up. And I think like they wanted like more pearl clutching. They've not called back because they wanted. Yeah. I was just like, oh,
if you don't give them the what they're looking for, they get really cranky.
Fair on you. Fair on you.
Well played.
In my very youthful, it must have been like late 20s, I guess. A friend of mine, a friend of a friend, ran a restaurant with a lot of waitresses, and I think he definitely got one of them to call me and try to mess with me. And so she called and she was like, do you remember me from the bar the other night? And I was like, nope. I know that'll work with some guys. I don't get that drunk. It's just not.
I haven't been to a bar in like a decade.
And she was like, what are you wearing? And I'm like, you called me. What are you wearing? Like, she said, I'm wearing nothing. And I'm like, and now what do we do? And she was like, what? I'm like, have you done this before? She was like, what do you mean? And I was like,
You can't just start naked. You got to build up.
yeah, if you go right to nothing, we have nowhere to go. Like, where you are a rookie on this. You're a rookie, and Johnny made you call me. Like, just admit that Johnny had you call me to mess with me because he thought I would get upset or sort of something. It's okay.
It's okay.
Do better next time. We've all learned from this. Yeah, should we just let that be our intro and jump into this damn thing? Cool. So Jay, you were not. Your character. Like basically, what I'm saying is went to do a perimeter and got kind of lost with the pirate whose name I think was Elebre.
Yeah.
And then we had the rest of the adventure. And so I'll just say that you ended up in the labyrinth somehow. And that's where the characters are now. Right. So you're in these weird, this is weird, but you are in tunnels made of pseudo flesh. That is, pseudo flesh is what is like fake android skin, but very realistic. Like it feels real. Yeah, that's a reasonable response to tunnels made of pseudo flesh. And
I arrived to talk everybody into leaving, right?
Right. Yeah. And then you got
lost. Are we sure we still want this ship?
Right. Yeah, and I think we've got to explain a couple more things. They are talking. I think you round the corner, and there everybody is. It's Adama and Aiden and Hell, and
I remember Hell.
Yep. And who's the scientist?
Something. Chinonzo.
Chinonzo.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great. And they're talking to something I can only describe as a thing. It's basically a giant head with two arms that it also uses for locomotion as it kind of drags itself around. And it's got little, smaller, sharp-teethed mouths all over it and long claws. And so you immediately the thought is oh my God, this is a monster. And you realize that this is the Minotaur of the labyrinth. But they're talking to it their body language is not, oh my God, we're scared. Their body language is, that's interesting. And you hear him say, or you hear it. You hear I think the Minotaur is definitely not a he or she. You hear the Minotaur say, there's a young one like Hell called the Mind Thief who had some kind of a plan to take it to the Monarch. I really lost track of them. They were in the labyrinth for a little while. They got lost here. I kind of found them. Some of my people found them, and we sent them back on their way, away from the Chosen and the
Fallen,
and the others and the Fallen. Wanted to kind of get them out of here so they didn't get involved in this nonsense.
Also worth pointing out that the Minotaur can't actually talk. So it's talking via Hell currently because it's connected into his little neck ports.
Yeah. Good.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Because the other stuff wasn't strange enough.
Let's gotta keep turning the.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Fine. This is fine.
Yeah.
We'll find this other creepy android kid and we'll defeat the Monarch. It'll be fine. That's fine. That's where last week's motto of "No gods, no monarch" came
no
from.
Guards, no Minotaurs.
No gods, no Minotaurs.
Indeed. He says, well, I mean, there is we could go to the maintenance access, and there is a maintenance shaft there that we could use to try to kind of get to the landing area, and from there, I think it's we have a better shot of kind of navigating.
Because it said that, I think my note was because like we played out a little farther until the Minotaur disconnected, and I think we talked to Hal a little, and Hal had said he thinks that the Mind Thief might be on the 3rd floor or something.
Yeah,
I have a note that the Mind Thief might be on the 3rd floor. I couldn't remember who gave us that information.
Yep. That makes sense.
And that the Mind Thief built the Hell box. Don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's fun.
Sure, it's fine.
Seems like a fine thing to build.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's just a Hell box for the Monarch and not people. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Also, we discovered that our escapades pre-ship was turned into some sort of epic poem that
has been around for far longer than we have.
Yeah. The Monarch gave it to the Fallen and the Chosen android people, and they were talking about it like it's just a story, but it was clearly about us.
Like they didn't have our names, but it was like the soldier
Right.
and the princess and the merchant went in. I'm like,
Yeah.
but they don't, of course, have anything past leaving the planet.
Yeah, up until leaving Planet Mozzie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So like just taking the pulse of the characters right now, like how. So if we were playing Mothership, we would have stress. So I'd be able to tell, like we would tell how stressed out you are. And in Traveler, we kind of don't. And I've had people make some intelligence checks here and there just to like see how you react. But I think it's more of a choice, really. So where are you all on the, oh my God, am I real, or have my memories been like totally fake scale? Like, is it like someone's just messing with us, or is it, I'm just curious where you all are in that process. And if it's like, hey, I'm not sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think if like 1 is, this is pretty normal, and 10 is like, oh my God. I'm probably like a 5 or 6.
Okay. That's fair.
I think Aiden is firmly in denial about it. Like he's just trying not to think about the implications of it.
Yeah.
He's just so focused on kind of proving himself. So like, he's got to get this job done. All of this other, like none of this matters. It doesn't matter how weird it gets. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna lock that away.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I think Vaughn's on the opposite side of that. He's doing all the inception checks every 5 minutes, right? I'm checking in with everyone. Do we still want this ship? Is that right? How far are we going here, right? This is not crazy enough. And he pinches himself, right? Looks at his fingers to make sure I got 10, right? All those dream check kind of things, right?
Pull out a piece of paper to see if you could read.
Yes. I'm looking for something reflective so I can see my reflection in it, right?
Oh, yeah. Nice.
All those things.
Nice.
I will, as an aside, I will say I have died in a dream and I have seen my reflection in the dream. So I don't know about those things. But he's doing that, right?
Yeah. Love it.
Do you poke yourself over yourself and make sure you still bleed?
So I think I'm beyond pinching. I think maybe there's some cutting going on, right? Do I feel that? Is there blood coming out, right?
Oh, wow.
I think, I think
you're far along.
Yeah.
You're far along in the process. Okay. Yeah. It's good to know.
But as long as all that stuff checks out, then he's like, okay, so it's still me. I'm still good, right?
It's still me. I'm still good. I just cut myself. But other than that, I'm fine. Other than that,
right. I'm fine.
It seemed to work, is what I'm saying.
It seemed to work.
When you were walking around with a Libre, like, do you think she might have noticed anything? Like, Is it possible like she caught you?
Yeah. Because I think I also would have asked her things that we both would have known the answer to previous to getting on this ship or taking this mission. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I think she knows just what, like, flashback to you two wandering around, and she says, "I get it. This place messes with you. I saw things too, and I've had doubts about whether or not I'm a person. Like I get it. It's scary. It's scary." Yeah, and I think when you talk about like, hey, do we really want to be here? The Minotaur says, Vaughn has a point. Maybe, and of course, it's like it's not him, right? It's like him puppeting through hell. And I think hell like knows it's happening and knows that you need to communicate with this thing,
right?
But like, so it's like it has hell's vocal cords, but hell still is like gesturing, like like hell, like they're still awake and alive and giving consent. And he says, one thing, we could just leave. We could try to just get out of here. That's an option. I don't know how. If I could, I would have left. It's not something I'm really great at. But it's a possibility. Throwing that out there. What do you think?
I mean, we haven't really been in any real danger up until this point. Not like serious danger. I mean,
what do you think would have happened with the gun turrets if Adama Mazi's gambit hadn't have worked?
I mean, that probably would have been bad.
Yeah, I think both Hell and the Minotaur shrug. Like, yeah. Probably bad.
But we're fine. It's fine. I don't know why the Monarch recognizes Adama, but they do. So it seems like that's something we can use.
I'm trying really hard not to read too much into it.
You and me both.
Nice.
On the one hand, as long as it recognizes us, we should take advantage of that. And on the other, do we really want this getting in the hands of the Empire? I mean, as long as the answer is still no for that second one, then
yeah. And if we don't do whatever needs to be done on this ship, maybe the answer is it has to be destroyed, but ideally we're able to deal with whatever's here, because if we don't, somebody else might eventually. Who knows?
Yeah, I think Hell like disconnects, pulls the Minotaur's thing out, and says, "What's the Empire?"
That's a long story.
How to explain? So imagine a group of people who have been working to oppress every other group of people in the known universe and mostly succeeding.
Sounds like the Monarch.
It does, right?
A little bit.
So, yeah, Hell also says, I found something in my memory. I was scanning my memory, trying to figure out if I knew any ways around, and I found something a little weird.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Sure.
Yeah, I think he like pulls his eye down a little bit, and like a little projector comes out of the eye, so he can like project what he's seeing in his memory. And so a little hologram gets projected, about 1.5 feet in front of him, and it's a kid who looks like him. And it's like, hey, my name isn't important. I'm not even sure I really have one. I am one of the many children in the human emulation lab. Soon I'm going to be engaging in I'm going to be engaged with other children in competitions, and the winner of that competition, their memory overwrites the loser. And I might win the first one, I might win the second one, but I don't know how long I'm going to be able to win. But I figured out a way to store a little bit of my memory in this body, even as I'm overwritten. So you have found that data bit. Use it as you will. These games are useless and inhumane, and we should be fighting to get out of here. And the data, and like he kind of gives, like this is where I'm storing myself. And then there's like a little file to click. And the thing, and then he pulls it back in, and it goes back into his eye. He says, "What is that?"
Do you know how long ago that was created?
I don't really. I mean, time is kind of difficult for us.
Sure.
Because you're an emulation?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
I guess if you're constantly rewritten, then it's hard to figure out when you try to do.
But it's not like a human getting overwritten or a human losing its humanness. We're talking about an emulation having another emulation data overwriting data, right?
Unless the original wasn't an emulation.
It's true. Still feels
just because
wrong.
This is the current form this beings take doesn't mean this is the form they started in.
Yeah, he definitely gives you he definitely gives Vaughn a dirty look when he says he's not human.
Oh, he said it, right? And I'm like, okay, right? You're an emulation, you're not human. So, data overwriting data, that's not inhumane.
No. He said he was an emulation. He didn't say he wasn't human. He didn't say he didn't have feelings.
Right, and I'm saying yes.
Yeah.
I'm saying you're not human, because you're an emulation. Yeah, but you're right. If the first one is human, right, and got overridden, that's some creepy stuff. And I got nothing about that. I don't know, right? But if it's data overwriting data, let's go find this monarch.
Yeah.
We found a monarch. I don't think it's the monarch anymore.
Who knows? Yeah. Well, and then the thing I start to become concerned about is, what if it's not contained to the ship? Like, if this just gets left alone, then it could it could become a danger.
I think worrying about what this thing's plans are, I think that's a worthy thing to be worrying about. And just again, giving context, you're all talking about this in a hallway made of pseudo flesh. It's just, it's just, yeah.
Trying to ignore that part.
Every once in a while, one of you puts their hand up against the wall.
Nope.
And it's
It's a little squishy, a little warm.
Yeah. Or like the skin, like you touch it and like the skin quivers a little bit. Yeah.
Gets
At least
goosebumps.
it's not slimy, okay? That's all I'm saying.
That's true. It could be worse. Yeah.
Am I giving? No, I'm giving Judd ideas. What was I thinking?
No. I don't need any. Like I got this thing.
I got this thing. I'm good.
I don't think I need anything else. And there are some where I was like, nope, not that one. I rolled it, but I'm not doing that one. Nope,
I'm not doing that.
I'm not saying that to my friends. I'm just not.
Oh,
there are a couple.
Speaking of rolling, we found another shotgun, so Adama has one now.
Nice.
Yes.
It's just
Nice.
a random roll, put one in a locker. So,
Like you do, that's where I will put a shotgun.
Yeah, exactly.
In this locker.
Yeah,
That
and
I'm
a vac
coming
suit
back
locker,
to. Yeah. So if hell is an emulation, what is the Minotaur?
The Monarch's child.
Yeah, that's true. It did refer to itself as the Monarch's child.
Is it? And I think Vaughn pauses, trying to pick his words carefully. Is it all biological?
I don't know. I wouldn't even know how to tell.
That seems like an overly intrusive question to ask somebody I just met. I mean, it has wires because it connects the hell that way.
Oh,
Other than that,
right. Yeah, that's
try not
fair.
to make any
Yeah.
assumptions.
Yeah, no, I think Vaughn wants a little black and whiteness, right?
I think you're in the wrong place for that, Vaughn.
Yeah.
The wrong ship for that.
Vaughn's like,
Right?
hey, Minotaur, you're in the desert. There's a tortoise walking.
That's right.
Do not get on its back.
Why? It's me.
Why?
Why would I do that?
You know
No,
what a turtle
exactly.
is? It's just like a turtle.
Yeah, the Minotaur's like, what's a desert?
Right.
I mean, maybe.
A turtle.
It's a turtle. Yeah. It's been trapped in this labyrinth for who knows how many hundreds or thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's
Yeah.
fair. Vaughn, he's just, he needs something he can count on, right?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Look, somebody's got to be the practical down there guy. Vaughn has been designated for this crowd.
Yeah, that's true.
Every 45 minutes or so, he will ask, so we still want this ship?
Yeah. I suspect Aiden could be bleeding out in a corridor and be like, I can still do it.
That's right.
We can still get the ship.
We can take the ship.
If I get the ship, I can pay to fix this.
Extermination.
Money will be no longer. It'll be fine. Just bring me back to life. It's great. So, maintenance tunnels up to out
That's
of the
what I
labyrinth,
heard.
it seems like. Yeah.
That's what I heard.
It's like the
Promise me the maintenance tunnel isn't made out of flesh.
one coming in here wasn't it? Because we took a maintenance tunnel here, and it was normal up until the end.
Yeah. The Minotaur leads you back to the maintenance tunnel. It's actually back to the maintenance area where you got the shotgun, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ask it how big the labyrinth is.
Fair question.
Has it seen it all?
I think I have. Yeah. Or no, I think he looks at Hell, and Hell like goes like this, taps the back of his head, and he shunts in and says, "Yeah, I think I have. It's very big."
Are there multiple levels, or is it all just?
It's kind of in a three-dimensional space, kind of in the shape of a heart.
All right, that's.
Yeah, see, that was too much.
That's
You didn't have
not
to say it. I was good with it's large.
Heart or like eating heart. I mean,
I suspect the latter.
yeah, I do too.
Same.
But
Same.
Yep.
Clarification.
Like, I didn't ask you all that. I just wanted to know how large it was.
It's big. It's big.
Yeah, he takes his connection out of hell and then walks over to a maintenance shaft that you folks knew about last time, but decided to go in a different direction.
Right.
And to kind of head towards the labyrinth. And yeah, there's a ladder. A ladder that heads down a maintenance tunnel, about 40 feet. Well, actually, more than 100 feet. I mean, it's just it's a long ways.
Going up?
Going down. It's a drop.
Gotcha.
All right, he's going first.
It.
Perfect. It's fair. It's fair. I don't suppose he reprogrammed his little guide droid to like lead us to level 3 from here.
No. You don't know where the guide drone went.
Fair enough.
It seems to be gone. Yeah.
Okay. That would have been helpful.
Yep. Yeah, I think he leads you 30 feet down, and then gravity goes away, and he starts pushing himself down, like along it, rather than climbing.
Oh, so he's coming along with us, or?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was going to stay behind because. Okay.
Nope.
All right. Well, I'm going to hide behind that thing.
Yeah. They. Bring you down, down this rusty orange ladder, and then brings you down into kind of like a maintenance landing area. There are bullet holes in the walls. There are firearms strewn around on the floor. Faded yellow splatter stains. Some kind of like biological milky substance.
Android blood.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming. I don't know.
Yep.
I'm not sure what the yellow might be, but the white stuff, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. We've seen that in androids before.
Yeah, sure.
There are revolvers and submachine guns. No, there aren't. I'm sorry. That's what calibers are in the walls. Are revolvers and submachine guns. I'm sorry, I'm misreading. Yep. And
that's kind of reckless.
A little bit.
It's fine. They're interior walls.
There are 4 doorways. I mean, there are 4 doorways: north, south, east, west. You kind of came from the top, right? So you kind of came down. The Minotaur says, I haven't really left my my labyrinth in so long. I really don't know my way around here.
Do we even know what level of the ship this is?
This is floor 3. I believe this is the factory.
Oh, okay. The factory for what? What do they make? What's it make?
All kinds of things.
Androids?
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, someone's got to make all this stuff. I don't know which way to go.
sounds good.
Cool.
Pick it up. Yeah.
Does the north door have any holes in it?
I think all the doors have some holes in them. Yeah.
All right.
And there's just like firearm damage. There's not like any bodies or anything else in here. Like it's just like signs of a firefight, but there's no. Okay. Interesting.
Yep. No people. Heading north, you're in some kind of meeting room, kind of like a corporate meeting room, and there's floating glass and splinters from computer monitors. A table, and then above the table is an android corpse. And I think like the pseudo milk, the thing you said about the pseudo milk being android blood is apt, because its head is caved in, and like you can see the milk kind of like glomming out of its face. And to the west, you can feel heat, like an intense heat. Like I think maybe even your vac suit kind of registers it.
Okay.
And then to the east, is an airlock door. And to the west is the heat with a regular office door.
All right. I think Vaughn will head to the west, but as I'm heading that way, I say to Hell, "Can you check out that android? See what it remembers?"
Ooh.
And I say that like that's a thing, right? That technology can do to technology.
Yeah. He shrugs and takes out its memory core out of its head, and says to, and then kind of like hands it to the Minotaur, and then the Minotaur says, ooh, like the Minotaur, like almost like it's this huge monster head, right, with claws and mouths all over it, and you see it get like excited, like, oh, I've got an idea, and it goes into the android that's floating, the android corpse, and it grabs a voice box, and it like
nice.
It like puts it into one of its mouths.
Awesome.
And like, yeah, all of the rest, I don't know what the reactions of all of you is, but like Shinanko and Alebre are just like, what the fuck?
I'm already walking away. I can't see it.
And Hell is just like, that's a great idea. And
it's a good idea.
And Aiden's just like, that's a great idea.
Brain accepts, great idea. Body goes, whoa.
And then the Minotaur starts talking in this like weird voice and says, oh, this poor soul. These wounds are self-inflicted.
He bashed in his own head.
Self-inflicted blunt force trauma. Yeah.
It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, he realized he wasn't
the name
real.
Of another android?
What's that?
Is Self the name of another android?
No. It did that to itself.
How does one back? You know what? I don't think I want to know. Never mind.
Also, for clarification, you said it's floating above the table?
Yeah, we're still in 0G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. If you remember, as you were coming down to the maintenance area, it went 0G and it hasn't come back yet. The gravity hasn't come back yet. Sorry. Yep, but that's those are awesome questions. Like,
yeah,
keep asking for that context because I think it's really important. In like all gaming, but in particular this one.
Yeah. I think I probably look at Hell and I'm like, why would an android do that? As if he has any idea.
because he thought he was a real person, and then he found out he was manufactured, and all of his memories were a fiction.
Yep. That would do it.
I guess that could be traumatic. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Vaughn leads the way into the next area, and it's an industrial, an industrial space, really huge, a couple football fields in volume, and there are 8 monolithic industrial furnaces glowing orange in the dark, and that's where that heat is coming from.
Okay.
And the furnaces are surrounded by glowing orange in the dark electric candles.
Interesting.
Any movement? Any signs of activity? Life or androids or otherwise? And you said this is you said a couple of, so this is a huge space.
Yeah, it's a huge space.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Somebody walks in from a doorway with a wheel, but with I think we're still floating, right? So they're like pushing, they've got like stuff in a wheelbarrow like strapped down, but they're still using the wheelbarrow as just to keep things together.
Right.
And they've got bungees and webbing to keep things in. And they open one of the furnaces and like start to like throw trash in. I don't think they've seen you yet.
Gotcha. Is it trash? Can we see that it is actually trash they're throwing in there?
You see trash, you see android limbs, you see all kinds of stuff.
Okay, all right. So sort of,
Do you see anything coming out of it?
Nope, just heat. None of it's moving.
All right.
And I think the when it opens the furnace, the room gets a lot brighter, and so like its night vision is really kind of messed up, and so like it does not see you all, whoever this person is. I think they've got like work clothes on, and
are they? Is it adult sized?
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you if there's more creepy children.
Because I know we're looking for another creepy kid. So if this ain't the creepy kid, then
that is reasonable.
We've had mixed luck with other androids, so I'm probably sort of trying to hide behind something just in case the thing starts looking around for some reason.
There's stuff to hang behind.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Creepy cats, for instance. Vaughn,
I was gonna say like that kitty cat. I'm hiding behind that cat.
No, it's in the game.
Yeah, it's in there now. Awesome. Vaughn and Adama, what are you up to?
I think unless somebody pulls her into hiding, Adama's not hiding.
Adama's not hiding?
She's just like looking at this furnace and is like very confused. It's like, okay, you're putting all kinds of stuff in. I'm not seeing anything come out. So this just like the engine room, and this is just fuel. But eventually, how has it gotten so much fuel if this is the engine? Because conservation and can only burn things so many times before they stop being burnable and releasing energy. And so she's just like confused by the whole concept for a few minutes.
Yeah. That's reasonable.
Vaughn's doing recon, right? He's alert, making sure we don't get snuck up on or
Yep.
surprised. So he's in that
Yep.
role.
Gotcha. I
About-
picture him kneeling with his firearm at the ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not necessarily hiding, but certainly take advantage of any terrain or anything that I could put between us and whatever is out here.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's being very tactical.
Cool. Yeah, I think the Minotaur uses the 0G to like go up to the top of a furnace, knowing that they might very well scare the shit out of anyone they see. So they just kind of like float up aggressively and get out of the way. Where you have to assume it's a bit hotter, but the heat doesn't seem to bother them.
Gotcha.
And yeah, as I said, the room is football fields big, so it's going to take a little bit to figure out where the egresses are. Yeah, I think that person, finishes shuffling the trash into the furnace, and then closes the door and kind of heads north. Assuming that there's like an egress that you haven't seen yet, and that's
right.
Yeah.
You want to follow him? We should follow him.
Sure.
She hands you the shotgun.
Better weapon you got? You want another weapon?
You're better at a weapon than I am.
Yeah, so maybe I tail that person, not trying to catch up with them, but just to kind of see where they're headed.
Yeah.
And also far enough back that the rest of the group can follow me as I'm following them.
Yep.
Does it make sense? Is that good?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I like that.
Yeah. You follow them down a long hallway. And yeah, they float on down, and then go through another airlock door. This is all doorways to the north.
Okay. Yeah.
And when they came into the room, they came in from a different direction, right?
Nope, they came in from where you weren't sure because they kind of came in from from behind something, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're probably just returning it.
Yep.
Okay.
They're heading back where they came from. Yep.
Cool.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, I think they go. Yeah. So you do you want to follow them through the airlock door?
I think once they go through the airlock door, I let them go alone, and
Cool.
I will regroup with my folks, and then we'll go through the airlock together.
Okay.
Do we want to, I don't know, take at least a little closer look at these furnaces? Like, figure out, like, are these just incinerators? Is that all they are? Or are they actually
A machine of some sort.
doing something functional for the ship?
Right.
Adama wants to figure that out.
Yeah, it might be useful, maybe.
No, that's a good question.
Yeah. What is the question? I'm sorry. I was.
So Adama goes over to investigate the machine before we go through the door.
Oh,
to see if is it just a furnace? Is it actually a machine?
Yeah.
What are on here?
You look at the furnaces a little more carefully, and you can see that there are like grease paintings on the doors and around the doors, of human figures suffering. and you realize that the LED orange candles that you were seeing around the doors, like, on the floor, are Android fingers with orange LEDs in the fingertips.
Don't like that.
Writing this down for Halloween decorations.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yes, don't like that.
And yeah, but they really are just furnaces. Yeah. They don't seem to be like, you both have some engineering training, right? Jay will be back in a bit, and we have to stop for our hour break soon anyway. But we'll wait till Jay comes back, just so we're talking. You don't think that they're fueling anything? Like, you don't think that these are not big enough to be giving this ship anything reasonable? It's just burning. Yeah.
But it also seems weird to have multiple furnaces this large that are really presumably only for incinerating waste or whatever.
That is perfectly a reasonable thing to find weird. Yes.
Yeah. But I assume there's some kind of there's some waste exhaust heat pipes going somewhere. It's not.
Yep. Totally.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Huh. Okay. I guess it's just where they. And there's weird little Android fingers around all the furnaces.
Yep.
Are they kind of in a circle? Or are they in a weird pattern?
I think they're in a semicircle around the doors, around the furnace doors. Right?
Sure. All right. Just lighten the way, I guess.
Just lighten the way.
And the light's coming from within the finger. It's not like a little LED that's been glued on it.
No, it looks like it's been attached to it. Yeah.
Oh, it has. Okay.
Yeah. It's like someone added a little extra.
Aftermarket effect.
Aftermarket effect. Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you can build an Android, put a flashlight in their finger. It might be useful.
Yep.
I mean, ET did it, but it was inside the finger.
Oh man, what if ET was an Android?
We've established that androids can interact with humans, and so it makes sense that ET, the android, somehow connected to Elliot, the human, and
exactly. We're gonna blow this wide open.
Yeah, somebody who can do an imitation of ET needs to now do the such things I have seen. There you go.
Hey, he's back.
Yeah, Chrome.
It happens.
Locked for me.
That's all right.
Yep. And we're at 8:07, so why don't we take our break and stretch out a little bit.
So it is just a furnace, BT does.
Yep.
Okay.
Just a furnace, just burning stuff. There's just a bunch of them for no reason.
And there's creepy stuff that I think they just won't even tell you about. They're just not even going to tell you. They're just like, you know what? Vaughn is not taking this well. Let's just not tell him.
Yeah.
It's fine.
According to Alebre, he might be self-mutilating. Let's give him some space. He's having a rough night. He lost his friend. All right. We'll see you all in a second. We'll be back in a few minutes.
All right.